Warning, the following video may contain sequences which some viewers may find disturbing. Viewer discretion is advised.
On January 2nd, 2019, Ashley Watkins, age 30, was found dead in the woods of Tuscaloosa County 2 miles away from her car, after being reported missing on Wednesday, December 12, 2018. The autopsy concluded that the death was an accidental overdose of drugs. However, her mother believes there was foul play involved. Let's have a look at what happened. Ashley's mother last saw Ashley on November 30th, 2018. She and her mother shared a home. Like anyone, they had arguments. And apparently, that is what happened that day. On November 30th, Ashley and her mother had an argument, causing her to leave the house. Whenever they argued, they would never stay angry for long. So her mother's natural reaction was to just let her go calm herself down. She never anticipated that that day would be the last day she ever saw her daughter alive again. She had been seeing a man from Alabama, and she decided to stay with him after the falling out with her mother. Her boyfriend's mother stayed in contact with Ashley's mother, however, and kept her updated as to Ashley's well-being. On December 9th, she contacted Ashley's mother and informed her that Ashley was not at their house. Not only that, but Ashley had not been there since the day before. Now, before we move on, let's understand some things about Ashley. Ashley was bipolar and also suffered from PTSD. Even had medication for it. She also had a problem with methamphetamine, which would increase her symptoms of the aforementioned mental illnesses. In her time away from her mother, she had not taken her medication, which never bodes well. Now, Ashley's mother contacted the police and notified them that her daughter was missing. However, she believes that she was not taken seriously, because she told them that Ashley was bipolar, not on her medication and possibly on methamphetamine. 3 days later, Ashley was still nowhere to be found. Her mother then filed an official missing person report, which she later found out was never entered into the system. Almost a week later, Ashley's mother got a lead from a longtime friend of Ashley. He explained that on December 9th, the day Ashley did not return to her boyfriend's house, she came to his home with her dog, dressed in jeans. Remember that because it will come up later. Her friend continues that when looking at her, she seemed to have lacked sleep. Also, she seemed to be paranoid that day, thinking for some reason that her mother was spying on her. It is possible that she was on methamphetamine at this point in time, as paranoia and erratic sleeping patterns are telltale signs of someone who is high off the aforementioned drug. Ashley's next request was to have the GPS removed on her car. Her friend was unable to do so. She then asked him to give her a ride. To where? It would seem she did not yet disclose where to, before her friend had to decline her offer, since he had been drinking that day. Ashley did not stop there. It would seem she was desperate to get far away from where she was, or at least try to be hidden, since her next course of action was to use her friend's phone to make a few calls to people, asking them for help in hiding her car. After, she told her friend that she would be going to see another friend of hers, then an acquaintance. He then gave her a little money, then she drove off. Over the next week, Ashley's mother searched on her own, notified Fayette County Police that her daughter was missing. She hung flyers. She even turned to the internet, sparking a campaign to help find Ashley. Ashley formerly lived in New Mexico with her ex-husband, so her mother also checked in with the police in the area of her former residence to see if she happened to be there. This is when she learned that her original missing person report never went into their systems. The investigator in Fayette County that was assigned to her case stated that he had spoken to people who had seen her and that she was around. Naturally, Ashley's mother asked for the people who had seen Ashley, but that information was never disclosed to her. She then contacted the Tuscaloosa County Police Department and they began to actively investigate the disappearance of Ashley. The investigation continued with no credible leads, until January 2nd, when Ashley's car had been found in Tuscaloosa County parked on Blue Creek Road. According to the passerby who made the discovery and called the police, the car had been sitting there for about a week. Apparently, the area was somewhere Ashley would frequently park when she would be riding in someone else's vehicle. When the police arrived, the vehicle was locked with all of Ashley's clothes and her dog's food, her dog's bowl, etc. It would seem that she was truly trying to leave for some reason, doesn't it? Moving on, the police didn't find any drugs in or around the car. They continued the search in that area, and during the day, Ashley was found 2 miles away from her car, laying on her back, dead beside her dog, wearing a summer dress and barefoot. Her dog ran when the officers approached. There was again no drugs found on her or around her. Her car keys were not found on her person either. Her body was then sent for an autopsy, which concluded that Ashley died the very day they found her. When testing her for the presence of drugs within her system, they also concluded that there was a high level of methamphetamine within her system, along with a therapeutic level of Elavil, a prescribed drug. There were no signs of sexual assault listed either. They concluded that her cause of death was mixed drug toxicity and that her death was accidental. Like one who would overdose on a drug while in the moment, unaware of just how much they had taken beforehand. As stated earlier, methamphetamine has been known to cause paranoia. However, that's not all. Signs of one who used meth include agitation, mood swings, jerky movements, erratic sleeping patterns, hyperactivity, anxiety, and hallucinations, among other things. One can also go through a meth-induced psychosis, which means you now experience reality differently to people. Common examples are hearing voices or believing people are out to get you or harm you in some way. Sound familiar? What did Ashley's friends say Ashley said when she came to visit? That her mother was spying on her, and she seemed to have lacked sleep, and then proceeded to ask for the GPS on her car to be removed. According to what we know methamphetamine can cause and do, it is almost certain that at this time she was already experiencing the side effects of using the drug. Moreover, it is believed that why she ended up in the woods was because of the meth-induced psychosis we just discussed, or possibly hallucinations. She could have simply wandered off there. It surely wouldn't be strange considering a large amount of methamphetamine was found in her system. Her mother, however, does not believe this. She doesn't believe Ashley just ended up there on her own. At this point, speculations was all she had, but there are parts of these speculations that would cause suspicion. For example, Ashley's boyfriend. Why wasn't he more active in the search for Ashley? The people that Ashley went to after she left the home, her longtime friend. Ashley's clothes was different when she was found, which denotes that she at some point showered and changed. Where was she? The original report was not within the police systems. Why? Where were her car keys? When the original investigator said people had seen her, who were those people? Why didn't he ease the mind of the worried mother by simply letting her know who saw her daughter? Rumors also surfaced. Rumors that the people she went to after she left her friend's house were the ones responsible for her death. Some claiming that she was given a hot shot, which is when one is injected with a lethal amount of a drug. Rumors that she was sexually assaulted, but none of these are confirmed. Again, we could speculate. Did she even reach where she intended to go when she left her friend? We've already concluded that it is almost certain she was experiencing side effects of the drug. When one is in a state like that, they could want to do one thing, but end up doing something completely different. Again, it wouldn't have been out of the ordinary for that to happen, given her substance abuse. Of course, however, foul play could have been involved. She could have been murdered. But the most likely cause would truly be an overdose, as the autopsy concluded. But what do you think? Do you think that her death was just another life that drug abuse has taken? Or that there was more involved here? Or maybe you think that this could have been avoided had the original missing person report was within the police systems in the first place. Leave your opinions in the comments section below. One thing is for certain, however, that her death, whether accidental or foul play induced, is truly unfortunate and sad. Not knowing for certain what happened would always leave you with a sense of a lack of closure. My heart goes out to her mother. One can only imagine the pain she went through, knowing the last interaction with her daughter was an argument. Death overtakes us all at some point, and it is just sad how this one took place. May she rest in peace.